Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Morales, host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and you are watching the Top 64 of the United States National Championships of X-Wing, our last premier first edition event here in the U.S. I'd like to welcome you all, and thank you for watching, and we'll be here all day bringing you content all the way until the final. I do want to say thank you to our sponsor for today, and that is Curled Paw Creatives. They have an exclusive coupon code for all of our viewers and listeners. That is NOVA 2018, NOVA 2018, to get 15% off of all X-Wing and Legion product. You can go to curledpawcreatives.com to get your second edition tokens, templates, and anything else you might need to get ready for second edition or playing Legion. So let's go ahead and break down some of these lists here. We got on the left, we have Patrick Wojtowicz. They call him here P-Dub, and he is running a double Defender and Reaper list. You got Rexler Braff at PS10 with Veteran Instincts. Let's go ahead and give Rexler one more shield because he is the advanced prototype, or yeah, the optimized prototype. I'm going to go ahead and give him the OPT status next to his name. And we have Countess Ryad with adaptability. I'm assuming we're going up to 6 there. I know it says -1 next to the name, but that we can't adjust that. And then a TIE X7 title, pretty standard there. And then the Scarif base pilot, the TIE Reaper, who's seen ton of play here, with Director Krennic, Fleet Officer, Twin Ion Engine Mark II, and Adaptive Ailerons. The combo there is quite interesting. You have the Twin Ion on the Reaper making all banks green. That's including the Adaptive Ailerons, as they are maneuvers. So what happens here is that triggers the Fleet Officer. What happens is he can use Fleet Officer to give the action, the 2 friendly ships, a focus token. He gets a stress, and then his ailerons relieves the stress. And then he's able to perform his normal maneuver. So pretty cool. Pretty cool combo there. And then on the right, we have Andrew Bunn, who's had a great season here and is looking to finish strong with Countess Ryad, Lone Wolf, Multispectral Camouflage, and TIE X7. He can use Palpatine to guarantee some target locks coming off of his Ryad, trying to keep it nice and tanky. Then we have the Inquisitor. Pretty standard loadout here. Push to limit auto thrusters, TIE V1 title. Very defensive, very cagey play that I've seen from Andrew Bunn on the Inquisitor of late. And then we have the Palpatine Reaper lightweight frame, adaptive ailerons. That's the crate painted one on the right there. So we should be in for a good match today. I'm extremely excited to see these players duke it out. Remember, this is single elimination, win or go home. And as we wait here, I want to say thank you to all of our Twitch Prime subscribers, everybody who's taken the time to help out the Gold Squadron podcast by simply becoming a Twitch Prime subscriber. Is very easy. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you connect your Amazon account to Twitch and you click the free Prime subscription. You can do that every 30 days, and it donates a couple of dollars in change to our cause, and it literally costs you nothing. It's just part of your Amazon Prime subscription already. So go ahead and do that. It's a very easy way to support us, guys, and it makes a big difference when the community gathers together to get it done. I'm working on sharing out links right now with on Facebook and things. So you start seeing that pop up in Facebook feeds out there. If you could share it with friends and family, get your grandma to watch some X-Wing, that would be appreciated. The more viewers, the better. More people in the chat. It's always a good time. And I'll be flying solo today. Essentially, as people start getting knocked out, I have a couple of people who have volunteered to be commentators. So we'll see them as we continue. We did create a top 64 bracket yesterday that is no longer accurate, as some things did get moved around. So I'm actually deleting that post on our Facebook page. So if you're looking at it, that is not the active one. And I'm going to get a link to the active challenge bracket here that our local TO is using. So Patrick is bringing that forward. You see the use of the fleet officer to give Raya that focus. So essentially, with that combo, you can get focus evade and a target lock on one of these defenders without ever stressing it. One of the issues that P-Dub is going to have, though, is he does not have lightweight frame or Palpatine in his list. That lowers the defensive capability of the Reaper. So we'll see how that comes to fruition here. And anybody who's just joined us, the advanced prototype on Patrick's side is Rexler Brath. Andrew has the clear bases. Patrick has the dark blue. So that's how we'll tell the Ryads apart. And the Reapers are painted differently, so we should be able to keep that straight as well. So Ryad 1 banking in here. No evade, as he did go slow. He'll have a target lock available. With the aggressive play from Andrew here, I'm curious to see how quickly the Inquisitor is going to be making his way in here. Takes the target lock, opting for a more offensive-oriented approach here on Patrick's side. Andrew does have Palpatine available. Multi-spectral. Rolls the target lock off. So 2-turn from the Inquisitor. Just checking for target lock. Free information in first edition when you're out of range. You can see that a boost would get him into range for some shots. Can also use that information to determine what combination of boosts and barrel rolls he wants to make sure he's in a good position for next turn, as well as getting a shot. So the Inquisitor opting to boost forward. He'll definitely have range to the Reaper. And now here's the push for the target lock. Reaching for that Reaper. He'll get the target lock and the evade free action from the title. And there is the stress. And Rexler Brath would probably be banking in here. I'm gonna guess probably a 2 or 3 bank. Oh, there's a 3 hard. So he will get the evade from the TIE X7 title, though I don't think he's the target for Andrew. People are asking for a faction breakdown for the top 64. We don't have that currently available, but I will try to see if I can wrangle somebody to do it for us. So Rexler barrel rolling, trying to get a shot. It's going to be close. at start of combat here. Checking the arc. We might get a judge call here right away. And there it is. First judge call here of the day. Getting an arc check. Huge thank you to our judge staff here this weekend. Have been running a tight ship. Calling in the marshal to make the call as he was walking by. So, looks like they determined that it was out of arc, so no shot for Rexler Brath. Andrew will have a range 3/range 1 shot on the Reaper. Range 1 using the Inquisitor's ability. Has only a target lock. Looks like eyeball, blank. Spends the target lock. And 2 hits. And those 2 are going to get through. Spends the focus. You know, gentlemen, it's much faster if you just roll the box. All right, so Scarif base takes 1 shield there. All right, some Ryad on Ryad action. All right, gets 2. He's debating spending the focus. And he goes for it. Off to a very offensive start for Patrick. He's being aggressive. Andrew debating whether or not to fire, to use Palpatine here. Struggling to get the card out there. Yep. So he's going to call the Palps. See a couple blanks there. Palps 1, spends the evade. No damage. Ryad going what looks to be range 2 at the Reaper on Patrick's side. I see 2 blanks. Looks like no damage there. Looks to be probably a cock die. You know, there are no cock die in the dice box, gentlemen. But whatever. 2 hits. At least 1 evade. Two. Safe. And we're back to dials. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to do a faction breakdown for me. Chris Allen. Could you do me a favor? Boo? Could you do a faction breakdown for me? Just little tally marks. My man. Never. I want the stream to hear this. Never let anybody say that Chris Allen doesn't do nice things. So we'll have that information here soon. So after the opening volley, only exchanging one shield there. Andrew, is he ahead? I mean, he's got a shield, so technically, but this is still a very even game. Very swingable. Now, knowing Patrick's combo, he's going to want to do one of these bank maneuvers to clear that stress before he does his maneuver. And having that jam action, he could do. He has quite a few options. He could do something like a one bank and then do the one hard here. He should be able to get Ryad with the jam if he wants to. One interesting thing, the interaction between Rexler and the Inquisitor right now, I find really interesting, because like Rexler is kind of canted to the left just a bit. I'm not sure that a straight maneuver would actually clear that rock. So we'll have to see here. Here's our first move. He's stressed. So 3 forward just clears the stress. Ah, you're actually ailerons. He can't do that while he's stressed. So that, what I was saying earlier, doesn't work. Take it back. All right, so he uses Fleet Officer. There's the focus. Ailerons 1. And 1 bank. I'll be curious to see how Andrew uses his actions in this game. It's gonna be interesting. But we know that Patrick is gonna want to use this Fleet Officer, right? He brought it in the list. That means that he wants it to do work. But the jam action is just so good. Not using it against Ryad is allowing her to have all of her tokens. Not forcing any type of stripping. Andrew opting for the focus there instead of the evade. Going offensive, as it seems that his opening target is the Reaper. Which I know that it's enabling the focus, but I'm not entirely sure that this is the right call. I don't mean to, I don't mean to doubt a top-notch player. But the only thing it's doing is providing an extra focus. It doesn't have Palpatine, and that focus is completely dependent on the range between 2 ships. So he's kind of handcuffed to one of his other ships. It's important to note that Patrick's Ryad is pilot skill 6 because of adaptability. And Patrick focusing on that Palp Reaper. Did a 3-bank there, so that's going to be a free evade action. Focus evade, and action is the target lock. Inquisitor does a 2 forward. I would guess he's probably just tanking up here. Waiting for Andrew to decide on an action. Pretty confident the 1 hard to the left does fit very easily next turn. Going to attempt the boost. If it doesn't clear, no harm, no foul here. Seems like they determined that it did not clear. So barrel roll. It's going as far back as possible. If Rexler did the 1 bank, he should be able to barrel roll and get a shot over onto the Inquisitor. Taking the target lock on Ryad. Essentially, that's more to get the evade than anything, but it does save you a target lock for later if you need it. There's the 1 bank. He actually won't even need to barrel roll. He's going to have a range 1 shot into the Inquisitor. Rexler's going to choose his action here. All right, reaching for a target lock on the Reaper. Looks like Patrick is focused on making sure he gets his main target out. He wants to focus on Ryad, excuse me, on the Reaper. So here's our first shot. Rexler to the Reaper. Two hits. Spending with Krennic for the prototype on the Reaper there. So first shield gone. Checking range and obstruction. Should have 3 dice.
As it turns out, I suck at counting. So this is 63 of the 64.
Okay, it's close enough, my friend. Defending with 3. Gets 1 evade. It's going to be taking a shield and a card there. That will trigger the text on the Krennic upgrade card and the optimized prototype, giving the Reaper a range 1 target lock. Palpatine might be seeing the end of days here. Four dice at range 1 from Ryad. Spends a focus for 4. There's the first eye. He's going to decide on the Palpatine. No Palp there. Decides to spend the focus to get an evade. He's taking 3 more damage. Down to 3 hull there. Had click 1 too many earlier. Here's Ryad into the other Reaper. You see hit crit there. Wrong die.
So I was gonna say, like, if you see anything on the screen that you need to just get our attention, feel free to, obviously.
Okay.
If you suspect like slow play, or if you want judges to hang out on the screen, let us know.
Defend there. 1 crit gets through, but that's a shield. Has a target lock. Andrew's Reaper could eat it here. Here's 3. You roll the first die. You have lightweight frame. So it's taking 2 damage. 1 hull left on the Palp Reaper. Just 1 hit. So it's going to be the first card into Patrick's Fleet Officer Krennic Mobile. And we're back to dials. So opening engagements here really favor Patrick. He went in super aggressive into the Palpatine Reaper. He knows that that is one of the driving forces, Palpatine that is, that keeps Andrew's aces alive. As soon as you lose that Palpatine backup, it really starts to swing it back towards the opponent's way. So looking forward to see how Andrew can. He's gonna try, but he does have an uphill battle to try to get rid of. Try to get this Palpatine Reaper out of dodge. And taking so much damage in that opening volley really, it's going to really put Andrew on a, he's behind, you know. He's going to have to work really, really hard. He's in a high stress situation now. The issue is we know that Ryad is going to do a K-turn here to try to catch the Reaper. Andrew knows that, and he's going to try his best to put his Reaper in a position where he can get out of the way. So that looks like a bank maneuver. Yep. So this means that Patrick's Reaper it's going to be clearing the stress because of the twin ion engine. So that's going to be green. So now he has to decide on his action. He decides to take an evade. I think a more aggressive play would have actually been to jam Andrew's Reaper. That way he couldn't get the evade. Because Andrew is most definitely going to be evading this turn. And the evade token plus the Palpatine and lightweight frame can really make that Reaper hard to hit. Especially if he can get out to range 3. That's a straight maneuver. Taking his candy with him. I do like that maneuver, as it will force the barrel roll for Ryad. Andrew's Ryad here, going 3 straight. Does fit, so that's going to be a free evade action. Chooses focus for the action. Four straight out of Ryad, most likely making that a K turn. That's going to be close, whether or not this is in range. Doing such a long K-turn takes away that barrel roll possibility to guarantee getting a shot. Inquisitor, 1 hard. We'll have arc on the Reaper. And probably just full token stack here. Andrew thinking about... There we go. All right, he reestablishes the target lock, which gets him the evade with push to limit. So there's the 1 turn from Ryad, from Rexler. You very rarely see defenders do it, but it was a tight corner. That's going to give him a stress token. No actions. He does already have a target lock on the Reaper, so he will have a modification. You have 3 hits expected out of that shot now with the target lock. Now Patrick has some decisions. He has a tempting shot at the Inquisitor. He's going at the Reaper. So Andrew will have 2 dice plus the evade. Oh, so we're already over expected. So Andrew cannot dodge this. That's going to be the end of Palpatine there. So Patrick scores 32 points here in the opening 40-ish minutes. And that is going to be a huge advantage for Patrick, just getting that ship off the table. Got a target lock there. Full offense out of Andrew Bunn. He's decided, you know what? It's time to turn it on. 3 hits. No evade there. That's 3 going into the Reaper. Down to 2 hull. Tim, you got eliminated? You out? Hey, thanks for all your help this week, man. All right, range 2 into Ryad. Just trying to get Ryad to spend that focus. There's 3 hits coming in. And that is range 2, so only 3 dice. And there it is. There's the decision. Do I spend the focus? He wants it for offense. Spends the evade. He's going to decide to take 1. Andrew playing from a position where he knows that he needs to try to get in some damage, so he's keeping that focus for offense. Trying to optimize his odds. Here it goes. Could pay off here. 3 hits coming in. 1 evade. 2 still get through. Reaper down. And there's a crit in there. Ends on fire. Judge? 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 It's all right. You're tired. This Reaper, I think, was supposed to take 2 damage instead of just 1. It was just the 1 crit. It should have been a hit crit, I believe. I think Andrew rolled 3 hits versus 1 evade, and that's 2.
Let me call Paul. That is definitely a Paul question.
Oh, but you got to stop them soon before they start revealing dials, though. Just double check with the players. Never, Paul. Never mind. Never mind. Evade token. My bad. So Reaper has console fire, 50% chance. So 33 minutes left in the round. Andrew not getting that Reaper down is really going to give Patrick an advantage in this round here because he knows that Andrew wants to kill it. All right, so that Reaper is just trying to gain distance. Get in the corner, still drop that evade token. Chose to use Fleet Officer instead. I think that's a pretty gutsy play from Patrick. I think he's giving up the Reaper. He's decided that it is going to die. No use saving it. Let me go for offense. That's the play there for Patrick. And that's why he didn't run a little harder, as he only did a 2-bank rather than a 3-bank. $5K from Patrick. Just trying to assure that he gets a shot. It's going to be a close arc check there. Takes a target lock. Inquisitor. That was a check for multi-spec. Does a 1-bank. Looks like it's going to fit. I know he's range 1, but he's not going to shoot the Inquisitor with Riot. I think you just token up there. Or you try to get away. Rexler Brath most likely doing a 1-bank. You can barrel boost. Reaching for the target lock, and that will get him the evade and the target lock there with the V1 title. And there's the 1-bank. Rexler will be taking a shot here at the Inquisitor. Some confusion in the chat as to how is Patrick's Riot fully tokened up. He got the focus from Fleet Officer off of the Reaper, evade from the TIE X7, and then regular action was a target lock. So Rexler deciding on an action here. All right, reaching for the target lock on Ryad. Not sure that's the correct choice. But I guess the idea here might be just to strip tokens, even though he might not do damage. So hit crit. Ryad has 4 dice. Straighten it out as well. Focus, bunch of focus. Spending the lock. Looks like might be a crit over there. 1 crit going into the Reaper. It's at range 3. He does have a focus. Oh, forgot console fire. We got excited. No damage there. And the Reaper's off the table. So both Reapers are down. Patrick still ahead, 32-31. Some sweet Riot on Riot action. Spends a target lock. That's 3 hits coming in. Cock die, but it's not going to matter with focus evade. Yep. So it takes no damage. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. I'm going to double check some of the health here. So Riot did take another shield on Bunn's side. On his side, also 1 shield Riot. No, 2 shield Riot. The vertically stacked silver ones are hard to read. He hasn't been shot though. All right, all the health is up to date. All right, so let's go ahead and, oh, it looks like these players are ready to go. Well, let's just see how the action lays out here. Riot opting for the 4K. 4 straight, uses the ability to make it a 4K. Riot, just taking a second to point out the fact that Curlpaw Creative's giving us exclusive coupon code. Nova 2018 for 15% off your entire order, guys. No minimum. Three bank from the other Riot. Got a little bit of Riot on Riot face-off. What this is going to come down to, of course, you know, dice are going to play a big part in this matchup. But specifically, these players are looking to get 2 of their ships engaged against 1 of the others. So if they can continuously do 2-on-1s into the same target, that's how they can get ahead. And as soon as, I think, as soon as one of these players loses a ship, that's going to be the game. There's the barrel roll to guarantee the arc onto Riot. Target lock gets the evade. Lone Wolf is active now on Andrew's All right, focus evade. Already has a target lock downtown over there. Reaching, and that seems to be just out. That was range 1 into the Inquisitor. Spends for the shield. Spends the evade. He's going to be taking a card, I believe. No, just the 2 shields. Excuse me. Spends evade, gets 2. That should be 1 shield off of Ryad. Don't know if she has 1 or 2 on that card. It's hard to see as he vertically stacks them. Three hits into the Inquisitor. 2 evades. Inquisitor living on 1. It's range 3. It's 3 hits. Two are getting through. Oh, he did have 2 shields there. Okay. There you go. So the Inquisitor needs to get out. If you're just joining us, what happened in the opening is Andrew brought the Reaper into the fight early, and it went down pretty fast. So not having the Palpatine backup has put him on the defensive. And he's trying to climb out of that hole, as it took him a couple extra turns to get rid of Patrick's Fleet Officer Reaper that he's been using to great effect to fully token stack both those Reapers. So Inquisitor is in a spot where he probably has to take a turn off if he wants to try to kind of get out of the fight here for a minute and let Ryad tank 2 defenders. And I think we're just going to be trading some K turns here for a while. There's a 3K. He'll have focus evade. Turns that into a K turn. There's the 5K. So they're sitting at range 2 from each other now. Full stack. There's the Inquisitor. He's getting out. Says, I don't want to play anymore. He can't give up those points. You'll probably just see the full token stack here. Focus evade. All right, Inquisitor opting to boost a little bit farther away. Probably just not, doesn't have the distance maybe for that target lock to get the evade. He's got to try. Sees he's out of range there. He can get the target lock onto Rexler. Lots of half-point jokes happening in the chat. Soon, guys. Soon. Rexler Brath doing a K-turn. So we have a 2-on-1 situation. We know Andrew at least is going to lose that last shield from the optimized prototype shot. Full token stack, target lock, focus. 4 dice. That's 4 hits expected if it's in arc. And just by the angle of the base kind of being slightly to the right, I think that's just going to get it. 3 hits. He's got the lock. And he's not going to spend the lock. He's just going to take the shield. It's free. Seems to be evade, focus, blank. Lone Wolf active. Gets another blank. He'll have to spend the whole stack to not take any damage, besides the optimized prototype shield, and that's the plan. Out of shields. Range 2. Patrick's Ryad into Andrews. Hit crit. 2 evades. Ryad going back. Lone Wolf active. There's a blank there. 50-50. That's going to be 3 hits. Oh, there's a couple blanks in there. Spends the evade. How many is he taking? Because we didn't see the 3rd die. 1 card. There must have been an evade then. Lone Wolf Ryad doing the work. I see quite a few of you have just joined in. Welcome. Good morning. It's always fun watching these dramatic finishes here, which that seems to be what this kind of game's going to be. Ryad doesn't have the space to K-turn anymore. So 3 turning. He's debating the barrel roll, looks like. No, he's just going to go for the full stack. $5K from Ryad. Timo, I do have the faction breakdown. I'll get that to you guys when we have a lull in the action. We are deep in it. Inquisitor stepping out. We won't see him be in the fight. Andrew is planning just to hold on to those points while he can.
X-Wing players, as you remember finishing up and report your scores, there is a Nova open mat over here on the table next to the table number 1. If you are on your way out the door and you're losing for round 1, please sign that. There's instruction provided at range 1 from the outer edge of the mat. Thank you.
Rexler Brath. K-turn. So that's going to be a range 3 shot from Rexler. Not too threatening. Range 3 into Ryad. Rexler Brath. It looks like hit, crit, focus. Let's go ahead and spend that focus for 3. Lone Wolf. He'll be taking a crit. And the crit is a mystery. We'll find out what that crit is here in a moment.
Josh Holt. Josh Holt.
Can you take a peek and see what crit that Andrew got on his Ryad? Major hull breach. Let's go ahead and get that in the overlay. Three hard there. Patrick staying on the offensive. And some people in the chat are confused what I meant by Andrew is saving the points of the Inquisitor. Andrew, in order to win this game, cannot lose any more points. If the Inquisitor dies, Andrew has lost the game because he would be giving up the 31 points in the game that that would be necessary to have a ship more expensive than Rexler Brath because he needs them both alive. Rexler Brath is 37 points. If he loses Inquisitor and kills Patrick's Ryad, he does not have enough time to kill a fully healthy Rexler Brath. Focus evade. And we'll see the Inquisitor get sneaky here, but he has to really pick his spots. He's got time for maybe about 2 to 3 turns. They've been playing pretty quickly, so maybe 3. Here's number 1. We'll start the count timer. The round counter. Sorry, words are hard this morning. Lone Wolf gets an evade. 2 evade, 3 here. Okay, he did crit. He's deciding whether to spend the focus for the evade. I don't think that was the right choice, my friend Andrew. Evade nets you 1. Only, and that's a perfect situation to spend it. Here's a range 1 shot from Ryad. Has a target lock. He's taking damage there. Lone Wolf is going to take the crit. It looks like he's calling it. Oh, he spent the focus on the first one. There we go. So congratulations to Patrick. Let's go ahead and end the health there. Congratulations to Patrick. Good game played by Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us. Some people were asking about a faction breakdown. So we have 3 scum. When we started at the top 64, we said 3 scum, 36 rebel, and 24 imperial. We're missing 1 list at some point. It got lost along the way, but thank you to Chris Allen for gathering this information for us. Very helpful. We'll be back in about, I would say we had, what was that? You guys will still be able to hear me here. We had 6 minutes and 9 seconds. This being a single elimination, we'll probably get through the rounds in about 10 minutes each. So I would say we'll be back in about 15 minutes. I want to say thank you to our rounds sponsor, our whole event sponsor for the Nova Open, which has been Curled Paw Creatives. Use our exclusive coupon code NOVA2018 to get 15% off of all Legion and X-Wing product. Big thing here is there's no minimum order, so go ahead whether you need to get only a few tokens or need to upgrade your entire 2nd edition set to prepare for September 15th. Coming in less than 2 weeks, guys, 2nd edition will be officially launched. Super exciting. Also, if you play Legion, you can get some of that swag as well. So my name's Dion. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to our Twitch Prime subscribers. We'll be back.